Evicting a tenant can seem like a complicated process, but in this video, we'll quickly explain eviction laws in Arizona and how to recover your property in 5 simple steps. First, what is an eviction? Eviction is the process of legally removing a tenant. It's illegal for a landlord to change locks or physically remove a tenant themselves. So, if the renter refuses to leave after violating their lease, you must seek an eviction from the court. The process for simply terminating a lease differs from that of an eviction. Lease terminations require proper notice from the landlord or tenant, and state conditions can be found on our website. Legal reasons for eviction in Arizona. A landlord only has grounds to evict a tenant for reasons allowable in the state. The first step in the eviction process is to give the lessee one of the following notices: irreparable breach. If the tenant engages in an act considered to be a nuisance or threatens the health and safety of the landlord may issue an immediate notice to quit, which requires them to vacate immediately. This notice is considered incurable, which means the tenant may not have a chance to fix the problem. Non-payment of rent. If the tenant is late on rent, you can serve them a 5-day notice to pay or quit. This curable notice gives the tenant 5 days to pay rent in full, along with any penalties, or vacate the property. If you choose to mail the notice, they'll have an additional 5 days to pay, which would give them a total of 10 days. Non-compliance. If the tenant violates the lease, a non-compliance notice gives them 10 days to either abide by the agreement or vacate the property. Rent grace period. In Arizona, there is no rent grace period. Rent is due on the due date. An eviction notice can be served if the rent is 1 day late. 5 steps to legally evicting a tenant in Arizona. Serve the notice to quit. Choose the form you need and download or fill it out on eForms.com. Personally serve the tenant the completed form. If you choose to send it via certified mail, you must add 5 days to the notice requirement. If the violation is curable, you must wait to see if the tenant remedies the situation before proceeding to court. File eviction papers with the court. If the tenant hasn't conformed to demands and is still on the property, you now need to file a complaint and summons with the Justice Court in the property's county. You'll need at least 5 copies of the complaint and summons for filing, and the filing fee is $32. Serve the complaint and summons. After the filing, the court will set a hearing date and time. The tenant must be served the complaint and summons by a process server within 2 days of the hearing. Attend the hearing. Attend the hearing with a judgment for the court to sign, as well as supporting documents such as notices delivered to the tenant and a residential eviction information sheet. Removing the tenant. If the tenant is ordered by the court to leave and they do not vacate, you may call your local sheriff's department to remove the tenant and their possessions. Now you can get eviction proceedings started. Get eviction forms, court documents, and all other information you'll need at the link below on our website for free.